Hope you enjoyed seeing those beautiful sunset shots. Welcome back to Coaster Studios. It is the first park we're visiting since the whole lockdown thing. It is Mount Olympus Water and Theme Park in Wisconsin Dells. And this is right now, as of when this is being shot, one of the only parks in America that's currently open. And so we said, hey, let's visit. I mean, it was like an 8-hour drive from where we were at, but we want to ride roller coasters. And you know, I was just here for my first ever visit back at the end of September, and I didn't think I'd be back here that soon. But the worst thing that happened during that visit was that I didn't get to ride Hades and Zeus, two of the largest coasters here. And I was like, well, I don't know when I'll be back, but you know, it sucks. And here we are. It is the very end of May, and we're back here in Wisconsin Dells. And they've had some interesting things happen since this whole quarantine, where they say, okay, we are only opening the park to resort guests, meaning you have to stay on site if you want to visit Mount Olympus this year. And that is good for the entire season. And so we booked 2 nights in the Hotel Rome here. And so as a result, we want to show you a little bit of what that is like. The first thing that you have to do is you have to check in down the road, and we had quite a bit of a wait, so maybe that's something to plan for when you're checking in the night before. Plan on it taking a little bit to check in, and then you know, I'm going to show you guys the room so you can anticipate, you know, one of the packages that they offer. But the great thing is that when you book the stay, it includes tickets to the park. So we have a 4-person room, so we got 4 wristbands for Mount Olympus, which is awesome. And it was actually a really good deal. For 2 nights we paid $175. And then that, again, that includes admission to the park for 4 people. So I think that's a really good deal. So we're gonna show you how it is. And then of course, tomorrow, we're gonna show you a little bit about how the park is with everything. And I'm very excited to get on Hades. So let's show you the room. All right, we got into our room and it looks really nice, but there's something a little wrong here. This isn't real. They painted on headboards. It's just, there's nothing there, it's just a wall. Alright, other than that, it's nice, you know, it was a good deal, but this is real. This is painted on, so yeah, it's decent.
The TV's painted on.
Yeah, the TV's painted on. This is not a real phone. This chair isn't real. It is good enough for 2 nights while we're here going to Mount Olympus. So we'll see you in the park tomorrow morning. Just think, last time we were here, we got some very sad news. Everything was closed. No, it's good to be back.
It is good to be back.
I'm excited to ride some coasters. You?
I am, absolutely. It's been, what, 2 months since we've ridden?
Been a couple months, yeah. Six Flags Fiesta Texas, Kima Boardwalk, you know, ZDTs. Those were all the ones that we did last time. We can hear Zeus going in the background,
yeah,
so.
That was one that was not open last time we were here.
Right, right. So we didn't get to do Zeus and we didn't get to do Hades. So it's gonna be exciting. We are here right as they're doing their morning test runs. No one else is really here. Park opens at 10, so it's going to be interesting to see how everything is set up, because Mount Olympus, you know, if you've been here, it's a very interesting place. Every restrictions with how everything has been going in the world are very loose. So one thing that is mentioned that we're just going to talk about right off the bat is that masks are not mandatory here. So take that as you will. So even though masks are not mandatory, we do have a sign right out front, here in front of Hades, that tells you what to expect. So they talk about if you have COVID-19, do not enter the park, stay 6 feet away from other guests, and do not gather in huge groups. And then they talk about a few other things if you guys are interested in reading. And then we're gonna go on into the front entrance. The funniest thing about this entrance is that there's not even turnstiles, so like we literally could just walk on in, but it's not 10 yet, so we're not going to, but like this is where security normally would be, but there's no one here, so we're like, what do we do? 10 o'clock, we're right in the park, headed on in. We're gonna be on the first train on Hades. But first, a gift shop. It's running very aggressive today. Today only. Only today. Draining the water dummies. The water drained all the way down to the ride entrance. It's still going. Oh my gosh, there's so many stairs. I'm waiting. So something interesting, they're social distancing on the train by closing off certain rows, but it's not every other row, it's just a few rows. So like this row, they're closing off. And then a row back there, they're closing off. Very strange. Bro, that was awesome.
Oh my God, I haven't gotten airtime in 5 months.
I know.
That's how that felt like.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That was sick. Better than you remember?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty.
That was definitely better than I remember.
Yeah.
Probably because I haven't ridden anything in like 3 months.
You're just numb. You're like, oh, roller coasters, airtime laterals. Ah, I'm not used to this.
Coasters feel like.
No,
First, I forgot what adrenaline rush felt like. That was amazing.
Yeah, I like that. The tunnel is awesome. The inversion is awesome. We did front of the train. I can't wait to try this thing in the back. That is a great one roller coaster. Awesome job, Gravity Group. It wasn't even that rough. It was fine.
I was screaming like,
It was just good to be back. Should we go again? What do you think? Let's go again. Like the guy said, I think we're just all hyped up on adrenaline right now.
I mean, if everything was normal and this was like,
we'd be like,
not
yeah,
COVID,
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So happy. It's definitely like one of the top Gravity groups for sure. I don't know where I'd place it. It's not, I don't think it's better than Voyage, but I mean, again, I just have one ride. Like, that's just like preliminary thoughts, but I definitely enjoy that thing. It's such a cool, unique layout. And of course, I'm gonna have a full review later so you guys can like enjoy that. But yeah, we're going around again because something interesting, they say that they will not cycle this coaster unless it is a full train. Paul, do you want to explain the whole full train, like what's going on here?
Instant trigger. So when everything's like quote unquote normal, like this park claims like, oh, we need a full train to send Hades 360 around. And I've been here many times where there'll be like one empty seat next to a person and they won't send it until they find someone in line who's willing to get on the train and fill every row. But right now it goes to prove that that's not the case. They sent 2 empty rows, they tied off like 2 rows. Yep. On our train.
And this morning they sent water dummies around it and they were only in the first half of the train.
So like the whole needs a full
wasn't because it was before the inversion. They said like it has potential to like valley.
But they've shortened so many parts of this ride and reprofiled it so it doesn't valley. So
right. So it's like, what's the point?
Empty, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
a little weird.
What do you expect?
Yeah, true. So anyways, that all rant over. We're on the stairs right now, waiting to go into the station. Of course, it's only one train. What did you expect?
They only own one train.
They only own one train?
Yeah.
They don't have a maintenance shed area for a second train anyway.
That's actually pretty funny. All right, here's what blows my mind. How is the best airtime moment to drop out of the station? Yeah, so sharp. It is insane. It's like, wow.
Taylor, we watched you went, oh! We were standing there, I'm like, oh, just wait to see his eyeballs like pop out of his head when he comes off.
They did. Yeah, they did. All right, back or front? Back. Yeah.
This ride
Like
pulls
most
my pants
coasters,
down.
It did what?
This ride pulls my pants down. Every
Tanner.
time I have to pull my pants up when I get it. Because like I'm like sliding like all around.
The ride's trying to undress you?
Yes.
One observation that I made that I just wanted to touch on real quick that I thought was interesting is how they're wiping down the trains in between each run, but not on all of the roller coasters. They do that on Hades, they do it on Cyclops, and they do it on Pegasus. They do not do it on Zeus. I thought that was really interesting.
One ride I'm doing it though that she might have just forgotten.
Yeah, it is. There is only one ride-up in the station for that, so it is possible that like that ride-up just doesn't care or something. So I'm not saying that it's guaranteed to be like that, but it was interesting.
I like
you
it.
You like what?
I like that she's not doing it. I just want to ride coasters.
Ooh,
like, stop all
edgy,
this stuff.
edgy. Here's what I'll say. There are very, very few people here wearing masks, and the social.
I haven't seen one guest.
I've seen some staff members, but they are not forcing the staff members to wear masks, and there's very little social distancing
Nobody's
being done.
doing the social
So
distancing.
they have the markers, but very few people are doing it. I mean, we're sticking with our group, and we're doing it like the best we can. But yeah, it very much feels like it's a back to normal day at a park.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting circumstance because I don't think with the big corporate parks when they reopen that they'll all be like this. So, you know, whether you are not a fan of how Mount Olympus is doing it or whether you really like it, just something to note if you decide to come here during the 2020 season. Be prepared for that. But I think that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna go out and continue our day at the park, getting a few extra rides in and shooting some footage. But hope you enjoyed watching this, and make sure to stay tuned for more videos here at Coaster Studios. We'll see you next time.